This week's our quartet of attendances, beginning with Wigan against Bradford Academy at Ince Rose Bridge on Wednesday night, followed by Warrington against Wigan at Halliwell Jones Stadium on Friday, Wigan Women against London Broncos in the Women's Challenge Cup quarter-final in the first visit to the new Edgehill Road Community Stadium, Liverpool Women against West Ham Women at the Brewdog Stadium on Sunday, and as the gaming was continuing the True Achievements Warboat, it was play across 1 Button 5-in-1 Volumes 2, 3 and 4, Rollercoaster Tycoon Adventures, Assassin's Creed Unity, Formula Metro Racing, Hidden Through Time 2, Cyber Tank 2 and Outlast. And the countdown weights saw 3 individual records. Brand new week and a brand new record of 3,121. A slight recalculation on a couple of days last week because 209 began this run today and I did miss a couple of days on the 208. For the month itself, 42,831 with just over 10 days left of the month, so 60,000 is possible. A monthly total means that the 233,320 for the year and an overall of 3.35 million, 6,551. A brand new week on the gaming is 1 Button 5-in-1 Volume 4 on the Series X as illustrated last week. It is the 5 games of Light Dark, Ball Bombs, Bamboo, Two-Faced and Bar Roll. So let's see if we can get something on at least one of them. Tuesday evening and gameplay moves to 1 Button 5-in-1 Volume 2 on the Xbox One because the Warboat second round, obviously Warboat's a little different from last time where it's competing against people, so it's a little harder, but it's released a few unlocks on the 1 Button series, so we'll see if we can get one of them now. On the Warboat thing, it was a miss, so we know there's definitely not that square with a boat in. Well, another unlock on 1 Button Volume 2. As you can see, another miss, completely at the end of the board. We are trying the 1 Button series because as you can see, they stand out quite a lot on this board. So we'll see if we can try a few more. Next up, it is 5-in-1 Volume 3 on the Xbox One because as you could see on the Warboat, there's a few of these to get. Sadly, this is not a good evening to try and get it, so it's 4 unlocks and it's 4 misses. Even worse is that, well, 2 are very close to each other, so that means there's nothing in that bottom corner. And there's nothing in the other 2 corners on the H, so there's 5 boats somewhere in the middle. Finally, success early Wednesday morning on 1 Button 3, well, 1 Button Volume 3. You can see smack in the middle of the board is a hit. Finally, D4. So it's now basically seeing what's around it and see what we can get. Early Wednesday morning, we are on Rollercoaster Tycoon Adventures Deluxe because it is one of the ones that was in the sort of catchment area of where the hit was. So we'll see if we can do something on it. And there we go. After 4 misses, we've now done 2 hits in a row. Rollercoaster Tycoon 1 did prove perfect, so that means above and below is where we've got to go next. Not too sure of the games for those 2. So, continuing on Wednesday morning, we are on Assassin's Creed Unity. This one is slightly ironic because this is based in Paris, and just over 6 weeks from now, I'll actually be in Paris. So, it'll actually be a strange idea. I didn't realise that. With Assassin's Creed, we've been to London, and there's been one there. We'll be going to Paris, and there's one there. Don't think we'll be going to any pirate ships anytime soon, though, which is one of the other series versions. Well, on the subject of ships, a bit of disappointment there. As you can see that the bells, we did unlock it, but it was a miss. Which means that if this is one boat, it's going to have to go up. And those 2 games above it are not easy to do any unlocks on. Specifically those ones. So, what are the target on another game? This is Formula Retro Racing. We are hoping to hit an unlock for this and hopefully get a hit. I either sink or know that we need one more after it. Well, as you can see in the top corner, it was a miss, which is a little disappointing, but also, well, slightly positive as well, I suppose. because instead of just trying to get one ship, that means that there's two, because those two there, up and down, are blocked. So that's two ships right next to each other going across. So we'll have to that row 3 and row 4, we'll have to see what else we can get, possibly later on, or possibly on Thursday. So it's been a Wednesday night out. This time there's no rain though. It is Wigan against Bradford Academy at Ince Rose Bridge. It is the 7th time we've seen Wigan as a home team at Ince. It is now 57 overall, 802 for Wigan. It is looking to avoid the 115th home loss and the 235th overall loss. It is 104th in the academy. It is the 28th rugby league of the year and 32nd attendance overall. And it's the 4th Bradford side we've seen this year, men's, reserves and wheelchair. So let's hope it's a good one. A bit windy though. Half time here at Ince Rose Bridge, comfortable for Wigan so far. Wigan 46, Bradford 0. Full time here at Ince Rose Bridge, and Wigan last year, their academy high score was 80-0 against Lee. They've only played 3 games this year and they've already surpassed it. Wigan 88, Bradford 0. That's only Wednesday afternoon, and a new record 3,123. The month is up to 48,949. The year just under 240,000 and 3.36 million overall. A very warm Thursday afternoon and a new record 3,124. Still on 3.36 million. We're up to 52,000 for the month and 242,000 for the year. Thursday evening and the Warboat hunt continues with Hidden Through Time 2, Myths and Magic. This is basically about finding things, so using that background as an example, you might have to find a snake, a cat and a hut, and you'd have to do like 6 or 7, sometimes in daylight and sometimes not, but we'll see if we can get what we need. Well, I got the achievements I wanted on the previous game, but we're still waiting to see if it's a hit or a miss on Warboats, so we're going to go the other side of that one. And on Cyber Tank 2 on the Xbox One, just for a simple achievement which is just called Find the Owl, which is just pressing the information button in that code. Well, a bit of mixed luck on this. As you can see, there are 3 hits, however we had 2 to begin with before tonight. The 2 unlocks that we did do, the hidden one ended up being the miss and the Cyber Tank one was the hit. The disappointing news is that in order to assume that is obviously, that is definitely a bug going that way. And there's definitely one going that way. That is to complete the game of Outlast, which is not easy. So we're going to have to try and see if we can do that. Early Friday morning, and we've made the decision to try Outlast. There's a long way to go to complete the game, but if it gets a boat on Warboats over the weekend, we'll try it. So Friday evening trip begins at Wigan North Western. As with every trip to Warrington over the last few years, the train is going to be running late, so it's going to be a great start to hopefully it'll be a good night. So, as usual, we've arrived in Warrington by Key. Just the 2 trips I think this week, well today and possibly next Wednesday. But yeah, walk up to Halliwell Jones. As you can see, it's a very warm in Warrington. The walk to St Helens is just as long as this one. This one felt twice as long. I haven't done it for a while. It is 958 overall, 803 for Wigan. 46th equalling record against Warrington, joining St Helens. 27 wins, 16 losses, 2 draws, but it is a 2-game winning streak. It is a record 12th away win against Warrington if it happens. 705 men since October 2010. We're all up on 3 consecutive wins. 235th loss for home to avoid. 375 Super League regular games. 29th hard out of the year. And 33rd score attendance for 2026. And I need a rest. So, entertainment at Warrington tonight is Heather Small. She's been at Wigan a few times. It's been a good outcome, so hopefully this will prove to be a good omen. This is the song that if you said to anyone on this earth, Heather Small, this is what they think of, and this next bit is what does it. In answer to that one, that walk from the train station is what's done me proud, because I couldn't do that last time. I struggled, stopped 4 times, but we got here, so it's an improvement. Half time here at the HJ, and well, at a Wigan fan, it's not a good one. Scoreless in the first half. Warrington 8, Wigan 0. I'd say it can't get worse, but it's got to get much better, that's for sure. Well, the final play of the game pretty much sums that up for Wigan. They dropped it. I'm running out of words. I say I don't swear on this, and I'm not going to do this time. It's just not good enough. Atrocious. I'll be missing Wigan's men's game next week, because I'll be going to watch Wigan Women at the 9s, because they know actually how to win things. They'll probably win tomorrow with some ease as well, because the men's team, maybe you get yourself down to Edge Hill Road and watch them, because the reserves have won this month comfortably, scholarship have won. Men don't seem to be able to do it in the league. Absolutely atrocious. Warrington 23, Wigan 6. Friday afternoon, no record today, but a total week of 15,330. 2967 is a daily total, up to 3.368 million. 1,569 days in 314 weeks. 245,537 for the year. And 55,000 for the month itself. And next week we'll see the 6-year anniversary of when we started this, which was back in April 2020. Another sunny day this afternoon. It is Wigan against London Women. It is 959 overall, 804 for Wigan. Third against London Women, however the previous two have just been in the 9s events, so this is the first full-length game we've seen them play each other. It is 2 wins in the 9s, of course. We are looking to avoid consecutive losses after last night's defeat. It is 370th home win we are hoping for, a 22nd Women's Challenge Cup. It is the 54th home game here at Edge Hill Road, however it's the first since September of 2018. I think that was a men's academy playoff. So it's 30 rugby league and 34th attendance overall. Half time here at Edge Hill Road, and well, to say we're going to be comfortable is to be an understatement. It's getting a bit too easy, which is sad to say considering this is supposed to be a quarter final. Wigan 54, London 0. Well, it's a very clever investment that by Wigan to buy a scoreboard that only goes to 99, especially when it is now 100 0. So that's not going to go any higher than that. Full time here at Edge Hill Road, and as the scoreboard does say 12 0 over there, that's because from the previous post it doesn't go past 100. Wigan's women have just completed an all-time record score, 112 0, beating last year's previous record of 106-6 against Barrow. They've scored 112 points today, and they've only played 3 games this year. It's scary that couldn't be the highest score this season. I think they'll go a little higher in at least one more game. But all good. Wigan in the semis in 2 weeks. And sport continues tomorrow with Liverpool Women against West Ham United. So, a very warm day in St Helens. It is Liverpool against West Ham Women. It's the 21st Liverpool Women's game we've been to, 14th WSL and 18th home. Played 1-1 against West Ham. So looking to avoid 5 home losses, well, we're looking to get 4 consecutive home wins. We are 5 unbeaten hopefully this year, and for this 5th football this year. I think it's 5th attendance overall. It's a very warm day. Half time here at the Brewdog, and well, not the best so far to be honest. The first half with not really to inspire from a Liverpool perspective. Poor defending let West Ham in. It's Liverpool 0, West Ham 1. This has got to improve. Final minute, Liverpool still 1-0 down. Everyone's up, including goalkeeper, because, well, nothing to lose really, have you, other than the game, so. Goalkeeper actually put the tackle in as well. Well, that's my Liverpool WSL season finishing with a loss. Ironic that last season it finished with a win against West Ham in February. But yeah, that's my last WSL game this season because he played 2 more. We're not doing City away and we're not doing Anfield because we're obviously busy both weekends. We will be back here on May the 10th, where hopefully we'll have seen at least 1 Wigan team reach Wembley, and we'll be hoping to see Liverpool in the semi-final against Brighton to try and do the same. But yeah, Liverpool 0, West Ham 1.